Welcome back, rankers. Do you like money? I do. Bit fond of it. Look at this. This is an e-commerce site who we took over about 18 months ago. And you can see here that their revenue was up 95% for the last 12 months versus the previous 12 months. And that's just from organic traffic. So they've gone from 233,000 in 2013 to 456,000 in 2014. Now, this is an e-commerce site, and e-commerce sites have evolved the way that we do SEO for them. So over the years, and we've got three guiding areas of work, if you like, that we use. So three must-do areas for an e-commerce site. If you're selling a lot of products, if you're not doing these things, then you're leaving money on the table from Google Organic. It's as simple as that. So, the first thing I need to tell you about is Google Webmaster Tools. Get onto Google Webmaster Tools. Fix up all the structural things like content duplication. Go and have a look at HTML suggestions in Google Webmaster Tools. And if you're seeing things like lots of duplicate page titles, lots of duplicate meta descriptions, then chances are you've probably got a lot of duplicate content. And duplicate content is an absolute killer. I don't care what anyone says. I've got a favourite scientist who passed away last year, a guy called Boyd Bushman, and he used to have a saying that said, follow the data, theory be damned. So quite often we'll get staff or people who have studied SEO or customers even who have been with other SEO companies. They said, we need to do this. And I'll say, why? So, well, that guy over there said we need to. Our theory is that if you've got data to support it, let's have a look at it. But forget about theory. Follow the data, theory be damned. All right. So with e-commerce SEO, what we've learned over the years is these three guiding principles. Fix all the structural problems. Get some great target pages, and I'll go into a little bit more detail about that in a second, and have a content strategy. That's it. They're the three things. And if you're doing that, and you're doing it properly, then this is going to happen. You're going to double your revenue in 12 months. I've seen it. I've lost count, literally. I seriously have lost count of the amount of clients who we started a content strategy 12 months ago after we'd fixed up all these other things and had target pages and we were already ranking for things. And then we started content strategy 12 months ago and traffic has doubled. And I've got case study after case study after case study, which we will be publishing on the brand new site, which I will go into detail about what we did and how we've done it and how we've improved our rankings and our traffic from launching the new site and have not lost anything. But don't forget, content duplication webinar, Thursday, 11 AM. It's January 29. If you can't make it, it's going to be recorded, but if you can make it, we'll take questions on the day, so you can ask us questions if you've got problems and those sorts of things. But I thought you might find that one interesting. So fixing up all those things in Webmaster Tools, things like all the structural things like site speed, like your content duplication, like your 404s, lots of 404s, not handling your discontinued products properly, not handling out-of-stock products properly on the site, not having a good content management system that's causing havoc with the Google bot because it doesn't know where to go. Fixing all those things is so important. Once you've done that, then you can actually look at what the keywords are you want to rank for. Because quite often what we'll do is we'll do all that first. We'll know what the keywords are that the client wants to rank for because we need to have a barometer, if you like, or a temperature gauge to find out what's the reaction or what's the effect on the keywords that we're focused on by fixing up all these structural things. And so typically what we'll do is we'll fix up all those structural things, then wait maybe 10 to 20 days and just watch, depending on the size of the site. The bigger the site, the longer you kind of have to wait. And to see how Google reacts. Google has to then recrawl everything, and then once it's settled down, maybe after 10 to 20 days, then you can move on to really working on your target pages. Now you might have some hero target pages that are very broad, very generic. So let's just say, for instance, you're selling toothbrushes. There might be a whole raft of thousands of keywords that you want to rank for. Hang on, my leg's going to sleep. Got to move. The perils of recording at home, and not in an ergonomic desk like all our employees have. So the keyword groupings, let's just say you're selling toothbrushes, you might see a keyword, a good keyword has been toothbrush, obviously, but it also might be electric toothbrush. It might be disposable toothbrush. It might be toothbrush with bling. There might be a whole range of toothbrushes that you might sell that people might be searching for. If you go into Google Webmaster Tools and look under search queries, you might find there's thousands of phrases. Remember that Google sees 20% of every search that happens every day. 20% of those searches have never been searched before. They're new. So don't get stuck on a thing where I've got 10 keywords and I've got to focus on those. Whenever we see a keyword appear in Google Webmaster Tools that's got a decent amount of volume, like that the client might want, and the phrase is relevant, we'll pop it into our monitoring tool to find out what's happening to its rankings for every change that we make. The more key phrases that you can monitor, the more granular you can get with knowing how the work that you've done has affected. Because quite often what we'll see is we might have, say, a client that might have, I don't know, 10 derivations on electric toothbrush. It might be DC toothbrush. It might be induction charging toothbrush, or there might be a whole range of phrases, right? Sometimes you might see that whole range of phrases jump or drop, depending on changes you make or something that the client does or something that Google does. So if you've only got one electric toothbrush phrase, you're not sure where the effect happened if it's only one keyword. If you've got a whole bunch of them around that, you kind of get a better idea of what's happening. But monitoring is so important, because if you're not monitoring those keywords and all of a sudden the phone stops ringing and queries dry up, then you don't know why. Until you go to Google and go, I'm sure didn't we used to be on the front? Monitor your keywords and check them on a daily basis. For all our clients, we check all of their 5 people. We'll check all of our clients' rankings on a daily basis. And I've spoken to other SEOs that go, what, you check rankings daily? Yes, we do. And there's a very good reason for that. Changes can happen overnight, especially on a large e-commerce site. So the other type of target page that's very important, though, for an e-commerce site is the product page. So basically, every product page has to be optimized. It's time-consuming. It's a lot of work, but it's really important. Sometimes you can do it programmatically. Hopefully you can do it programmatically, meaning that hopefully the content management system that you're using allows us and our developers to go in and go, okay, we'll do a bit of jiggery-pokery over here, so all the page titles now in this format, and all the pages have a heading one. So, and a product page has to have all the things that we've talked about over the years. Your page title, your URL, your H1, H2 if it's appropriate, alt tags, image file names, captions if you can do it, if it makes sense to the user, if it helps the user, and a bit of descriptive text about the product or whatever that you're selling that is unique. Okay, once again, we get this duplication thing. If you are simply grabbing the same piece of content from a manufacturer that all your competitors are doing, then why should Google rank your page above one of your competitors if they're both the same? So if you've got that little piece of unique content on the product page, that really helps. The third important area for e-commerce SEO in 2015 and 2014, as we've seen, is content. Have a content strategy, have an editorial calendar, have an idea of what you're going to be talking about over the next 90 days, and publish on a regular basis quality content. And I don't mean just go and buy rubbish off freelance or something like that. Go and find a good writer. We've got 2 full-time writers now, and I think it's about 7 part-timers, something like that. But it's so important, once you get those other 2 things right, to have that content in place. And what you're trying to do here is you're not trying to trick Google. Okay, that may strike you as odd, but that's not what you're trying to do. What you're trying to do is become the authority in your field by publishing on a regular basis. If you're the person publishing about that thing that you do, let's say toothbrush, it might not be necessarily about toothbrush. It might be about teeth. It's not necessarily directly about that product, the thing that you're selling, but it might be about teeth whitening agents that you don't even sell. But it was of interest to the same people Don't write about your Christmas holiday. It might have been fantastic. Yeah. Don't write about politics. Yeah, I'm a little bit. Yeah, I used to blog about politics on the work blog. Yeah, not a good idea. Polarizing, and keep it focused on what you do. Become the authority about the thing that you do. And if you do that, then people are going to keep coming back to your site and to your blog and to your articles, whatever it is that you're publishing, because they know that you're the authority because you're the one that's publishing all the time. And if no one else is, hey, you're going to stand out in the crowd, right? So do those things. So first, fix up all the structural things that you're seeing in Google Webmaster Tools, including content duplication, which the webinar is on this Thursday, 29th, 11 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. And then look at target pages for your keywords. And I don't mean 10 or 15 keywords, whatever it is. You're looking at keyword groups, okay? So the more, keep an eye on search queries in Google Webmaster Tools to see what else is there, what's coming up. Monitor them and make sure that every product page on your site is optimized for it. And remember model numbers. I met with someone today. He said, a lot of our clients are typing in model numbers because it's very specific and they know exactly what they want. Make sure those model numbers are advertised as well, because there's a lot of industries where that happens. People look at the thing, look at the widget and go, oh, that's a blah, 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 blah. Okay, make sure you do that. Go and optimize your model numbers as well. And then the third and the long-term most important thing is your content. Have a content strategy. And hopefully that's helpful. Hopefully we'll see you on Thursday. If not, we'll see you next week. Thanks very much. Bye.